Yeah, a little bit too, but I was really pumped up for this.
Yeah, I think it's pretty difficult really to beat any of David's most of his times really, but especially kind of the first 5 or 6 or so, because they're just very, very strong. We don't
Yeah.
usually see such strong times in tournaments because they usually require great risk, and obviously, that can backfire horribly if you're not careful. So,
Okay, all three players said they are ready for.
okay, so just waiting on Not then.
No, Nox said she's ready too.
Yeah, just gonna wait for the stream as well.
Oh, I see. Smart. Okay, all three are ready for the countdown, it looks like, with the stream.
All right, so our players should be starting shortly.
This is it's supposed to be a hump track, but it's actually a relatively easy track. So the track I remember the track being more for being really bland because it's shares everything with Bumpy's Breakers and Sunken Sea apart from one little tidbit at the end, at the middle.
Well, I always have a saying for what people call easy tracks, because I mean, we consider them easy because there's not too many obstacles, or you're unlikely to crash anywhere. But the records are just as difficult here. In some cases they can be even the hardest because you just have to play so precisely. So
yeah. No, I would agree. All the amateur circuit records are pretty much among, if not the most mastered, because they are the most commonly run tracks in the game.
Yeah, what we're looking for here is some very tight lines and some, good. A lot of it's about boost management, really, and just timing, and so you use your boosters as effectively as you can for the track, which is not as simple as it sounds.
And that's the case with every track in this game, because we have a term called underheating, which refers to, oh, Nacho crashed, and now he's actually in first now.
I wonder if he just got stuck on the boost button there. I've experienced that, before. So
I've had that a few times happen to me too. So that is,
yeah, that's a strange place to crash. So
yeah.
But it looks like Metallica for the moment is leading the race.
Yeah. Now, it's a very specific pattern, and Nock doesn't quite recognize the pattern yet. Pattern for these gates on the Aquilaris tracks are left front, right back, first lap. Opening and closing favors the left side on the second lap, and opening and closing favors the right side on the third lap.
Yeah, I swear I've experienced a change though. Once it was like the other way around for some reason. I was totally confused.
Yeah, but that's usually if you go at a certain pace, it usually goes.
Yeah, and obviously, Sunken I think has a slightly different one as well.
Yeah.
Sunken, I should probably explain, is another track on the Aquilaris planet, Sunken City. which
Yeah.
featured similar aspects of the track.
Yeah, they share almost everything between these two.
Yeah, but Metallica coming up for the final figure eight section here. Looks like he's
Yeah.
on good heat management, so you can just hold it together here.
Oh, sub 240, which is really hard to do with Aqualeris. And that is faster. That is not bad at all for this track. 239. That's really solid. So that's another win for Metallica. And now going into the going into the quarterfinal track, we now have Nacho and Metallica tied.
Exciting stuff. So, what was Nacho's time again? I didn't catch it.
I did not catch it quite yet either.
Oh, okay. Oh,
but...
they've written. It's okay. They've written him in chat.
Back again, huh? You want that one?
So, this next track in Metal Star 100, this is the one track in the game where you have to use the lowest traction and frame rate most optimally.
Yeah, this is not an easy track in my opinion. It's quite demanding. It has some sections which are very high risk, very high reward, and
particularly what Metallica's going to with this hairpin.
Yeah,
this is the make or breaker on the track.
Yeah, it's a very, very fast corner. It can be done without braking if your line is perfect and you use the sliding technique correctly, which is a aspect for the game mechanics.
And this is why the low frame rate is used, because for some reason you slide better at lower frame rates.
Yeah, I think it's because of how the game dictates like how many frames, because I think the sliding's related to the number of frames, I think is the reason.
Probably, because on this track I actually held the world record on for about 6 years, both lap and free lap.
Yeah, I remember it. It probably is perhaps in some way attributed to the lower frame rate which you can have with the Nintendo, because I think it runs
Nintendo 64 is 24, lowest of the low.
Yeah, so I think older computers. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm guessing mine was probably 30 frames.
That's what I was thinking. The PC and Dreamcast, I think, were like 30.
Yeah, so nowadays players can, at least for these matches, can use between 24 and 60 frames for their races. And it looks like all three of our players are ready.
Another fun fact about this track is that it's also it's also a clone of the real-life Sonoma Raceway in Northern California.
Oh yes, I know that circuit. Yeah, I play Project Cars, so I know what that is.
But yeah, this track is based off of Sonoma Raceway, just for fun.
I believe wasn't Doug Derby based on Laguna Seca as well?
Yes, that's correct. Doug Derby is Laguna Seca.
Who discovered that?
I think Lightning found both of those similarities, and he's another runner of this game. He's one who's done a lot of the archiving for it. So
yeah, and actually he I believe helped design the background that we have here, which is of Mont Gaza Speedway for this event.
Yeah, because we did that in honor of him, Davey, because this was, as we said before, Mont Gaza Speedway was by far his best track.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is exciting. We're going into the quarterfinal with Nacho and Metallica tied. So it can go either way for Metallica and Nacho.
Yeah, you should probably add actually that the ranked order of the competitors can potentially change depending on future results, but certainly for the moment, it's very interesting to see how this is going to go. I mean, they were very close